find out who's going to be able to seal their ticket to move forward to the grand finals here at DreamLeague Season 27. And already, first draft, I'm liking it, Quinn. We're getting some exciting stuff. PVISION, they're coming in with sort of this tech of the off-lane ogre here for DM. Is it going to work out, sort of making this move and getting that AA in as that last pick?
It's a great AA game, and this is a very PVISION draft. No team fight, no initiation, just lane push and skirmish and early game potential, scouting. They want to play off their skill. They want to show that we've got the rank 1 player, and he's rank 1 for a reason. They're going to show that off here. Spirit, a very classic draft. The Toro Morphling, collapse on the Blink Stun, some team fight supports. This is about as Spirit of a draft as it gets. It looks like he's going to be going the new Phylactery Morphling with the max Adaptive Strike. That's sort of the hot new commodity on Morphling and pubs. The spam can be very strong, so we'll see if DM can actually deal with that in lane.
And talk to me about this as well, for those who haven't read all the lines of the patch and such. Why is this the hot new thing?
Basically, Morphling needs regen in lane, so having Ring of Health and Voidstone in it, whatever it's called, is that Perseverance? Yeah, having Perseverance in it is really good for Morph. And the W was buffed, so it has more cast range, and it actually has a stun now. So before people skipped it, but now that it stuns again, you can max it, potentially spam the guy out of lane. I've seen him go in pubs, so it looks like he'll be doing it here.
And when you go this build as well, does the playstyle change then? Are you looking to be more active than you would have been otherwise with the previous kind of builds that we're seeing on Morphlings?
I think a little more active, and I think you're a bit stronger in lane. You're going to sit there and you're going to spam the guy out, maybe you pressure the tower more, and less of the sort of the passive jungle farming.
Oh, excited to see what Yatoro is going to be able to bring. And I guess the question is, you know, in that draft as well, when you are Team Spirit and you go for the last pick Morph, and then that AA does come out in response, what sort of reaction do you think Spirit has as a team to that and Yatoro has? Is it sort of like, oh, no, I really wish they didn't do this switch up and get that AA, it's going to make my game very hard? Or do you think they don't care?
I think he definitely cares.
Yeah.
But I think if anyone can play this matchup, it's him. But he will need to lock in because he's going to have 9 class sitting on trees and looking at him. And if he's ever low and gets A blast across the map and then stun blast and he's dead. So Yatoro will need to be on his A game to not get frozen like a popsicle.
And yeah, let's see what we get from DM. So we'll see top. Rue should be fine here on the Shaman. Of course, we'll be watching Rue, see if he can bring some of the level of kind of Shaman play that we've come to be used to from like Saxa the other day, obviously showing us what he could do with it on this new patch. Looking forward to see what Rue is going to be able to perform with this hero here in this first game. But yeah, so the offlane Ogre, are you just sort of just rushing the auras? Do you find a way to get the Midas in your build? Does that come early? Does that come later after the first couple of items because of a certain timing you want to hit with an aura?
I think it comes a bit later.
Yep.
I think buying that early is probably pretty greedy. I think he'll go for the auras, and then maybe later on, once his farm is stagnated some, they've taken some towers, he can go for the Midas.
I'll see them try and chase down Panto here, and looks like they'll have him. This is going to be first blood going to DM. Good read there. Ready to make that push, make that play. As soon as DM had the level.
They gave him the Monkey King. We know 9 class loves this hero. A lot of teams opt to ban it, but them saying, you know what, it's not a problem, we can play against it. But I tell you what is a problem is this mid lane CS right now.
Yeah, what's going on over there?
This lane is not supposed to go like this. This is, if anything, an Invoker favored lane, and at worst, I'd say it's drawish. Now, Queen can win off skill, and no one is winning off skill. This is sheer outplay. This is not how this matchup should go.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's sort of crazy as well, not to only see that sort of domination in a matchup, as you say, when you consider the heroes you don't expect it, but also when it's the QoP in a matchup where it's not like it's some sort of dagger abuse, right? This is just purely on the right clicks, the CSing. No one is 21-9 against the 9-2. That is, yeah,
it's an insane gap.
Like, yeah, that's crazy.
It's not like it's over doubling at 3 minutes. That's not a gap you see normally. So no one is mega locked into it. That's nuts.
Yeah, no, Spirit definitely gonna have to sort of pick up the slack on the side lanes, considering that Lal is having such a tough start here. It's gonna be a slow game, slow entry into the game from the Invoker, no doubt about it.
That's a hero that was already a slow entry to the game. You've got a Morphling on your team, and we all know that hero is slow.
Top, this will help out a little bit
All right.
It's not going to get the last hit, but we'll be able to at least make the connection, set up for Collapse to get the kill.
Every little bit helps. As you're going to need Collapse to have a good game this game, and Rue. Those two the most likely to be making moves and kills happen, so them having a good start top is imperative for Spirit's ability to play the game aggressively, as DM is having a full free time bottom, and he is going to be going for the Midas first, so feeling like the hero just can't play without that gold early on.
Oh, yeah, no, of course, you know, for obvious reasons, feels great in the Ogre. And I feel he can get away maybe with that sort of greedier purchase of getting the Midas first. Potentially because maybe there's some comms going on and, you know, no one's sort of letting DM know that, hey, this Invoker is not going to be a problem for a long time. It's going to be, you know, quite a bit of the game where you're going to have this Invoker trying to get his Midas. And obviously there's a Morph as well, needs a bit of time to get that first major pick up the Phylactery. Like, there's going to be time for DM, right, to get away with this.
No, I think so. And Spirit's heroes are also just slow heroes in general.
Yeah.
Morphling Invoker, Warlock even, these are not heroes that pressure you a ton. And Warlock is not getting any extra book charges either. Warlock, Morph, we didn't mention their synergy together, but these heroes pretty bad together. Morph does not use the heal very well at all. Morph does not get aggressive and get kills, which gives Warlocks those book stacks. So Spirit picked Morphling for the game matchup, certainly not for the early game. It's very good against the first 4 heroes, but the A and its synergy with Warlock is definitely a bit awkward, and their heroes are slightly on the too farmy side, I would say.
One thing that Spirit definitely have going for them on that bottom lane is the fact that that spam from DM will be very easily dealt with. Just down to the nature of having that Warlock support down there. Constant sustain to keep your Tauros safe, keep him happy in the safe lane. See mid. For the jump here onto Lyle. Rue turning up, Sonic Wave comes in. Is it enough to kill him? It is. They'll bring him down. See Rue try and turn things here with Panto. No one has got the blink back up. He's ticking down low, trying to deny to neutrals. But the last hit from Panto will come in first, so they do get the kill against no one in return.
It's a good attempt to deny on neutrals. To be honest, that's not even that bad for Spirit. Laurel does go down, but getting that Queen of Pain death is going to force his TP somewhere, so you can be a little bit safer on these side lanes.
Good aggression here from Collapse whilst he realizes that Satanic is alone. With the Sunstrike coming in, it's going to be very close to nearly getting the kill. It's not quite close enough for him to get it, though. Now back up comes Rue. Okay, Rue, with the Ether Shock at least, will clean up the job, make sure they do kill off Satanic, but it will cost Collapse his life. Rue also likely in trouble. No one's able to come in underneath the town with the help of Takala's taken down. Of course, this is around the 7-minute wisdom. No one's going to be able to head over, and nobody is going to be able to stop him from picking that one up.
Man, that's a pretty big mistake from Collapse. Like, you can't be pushing up like this when the Wisdom Rune is coming up. When you see Queen of Pain is spawning, the comms have to be there around. Quap just died. She can TP somewhere when she's up. She's strong. She wants to fight. But Collapse, he overplays his hand a little bit, trying to get this TP kill. And because of it, he's dead. Shaman's dead. And they don't get this Wisdom Rune fight, which should have been theirs for sure. That is a big deal.
Yeah. It could hurt team morale as well. Because that's like one of those moves as well that, you know, if Collapse is frustrated, he could be pinging his mid and be like, bro, you didn't call missing. And then the mid's like, I didn't need a call missing. The Quap was dead. They were going to respawn. So
and they start fist fighting.
Yeah, you know, let's hope Spirit can keep their cool. You know, these sort of little early moves coming in from PVISION can shake you up as a team. Even some of the best in the world. See Panto caught in the mid here. Another kill for no one to get himself involved in. And of course, 9 class being pretty much, I think he's been on all of them, right? What was it at the moment on the Monkey King up? 104, yep. 9 class. He's doing 9 class things here, Quinn.
He is. And you can see DM's not even suffering for it. Pretty much the same net worth as Morphling, while his Monkey King is not even laning, right? His Monkey King is everywhere, ganking people, and at the same time, DM is doing totally fine, does a cute little rotation in mid. Now, staying in this lane at this point is going to start to get tiresome, I think, as he gets spammed by this Phylactery Adaptive Strike. It is going to hurt. So he buys the raindrop, but it's slowly going to get ticked down. DM is going to want to find places to gank and make moves.
It's going to be very difficult for Spirit, I feel, to find ways to get to Satanic, right? You know, when we look at sort of the things the other way around, how much PVISION have to be hunting down people across the map with that sort of information that 9 class can give on the Monkey King. You know, on the side of Spirit, how do you ever start sort of making a move onto PVISION's half of the map, deep into the jungle to try and bully Satanic on the Terrorblade.
It's going to be a while before something like that happens. I think your first moves are support 6s. You combine them with the Slaughter maybe in a Sunstrike, but Invoker Morphling, they're going to be farming for quite some time. This Morphling build is very slow. He doesn't even have boots yet, so there's no way he's coming even close to another lane. He is purely his lane. He's farm, and he is make this Ogre's life very annoying, which it is actually at this point. You can see DM kind of just walking around. He's going to farm this camp with Ignite, but being in the lane, it's not really an option for him anymore.
Let's see the support switch up. Rue's going to hover around bottom with Yatoro. Panto's headed up top. DM 1200 into the recipe gold for Midas over on the mid. How's Lol doing on his? Lol's very close to having his Midas, just under 200 gold away. So we'll be able to start the catching up there once that's online. Bottom, looking for the setup. Decent burst, but not quite enough. It's not going to kill DM, and Rue's going to pay the price there for trying for that setup. No one turns up, kills him off. Might be able to look to put more pressure on here with the Arcane. 9 class, eyes on Yatoro. They'll jump in with the burst, try with the Sonic Wave. That won't quite do it, but it will at least force him to TP out. They can't get in time with another stun. So Yatoro will get the chance to get out of here. Of course, though, with Satanic turning up for PVISION, they will have that pushing power required to take this tier 1 tower down.
It's a nice little move. It's a good TP from no one, and a good gate from Satanic opening up this tower, getting some space to farm down here and not have Morphling sit here and spam. He's gone for a different build, and he does not farm super quickly right now with the W max. He wants those lane creeps.
I guess on sort of the top side of things, do PVISION try for a defense here? Oh, 9 class. A little bit of a greedy attempt there to try and clear the wave. He will not get away with that.
That's a rare death from him. You don't normally see him sort of give up these, it's almost a silly death. He kind of just jumps down into the middle of 4 heroes, gets hexed and dies.
Yeah, I feel like that was sort of like one of those moments where maybe because we don't see too much Shaman, he sort of forgets that there's an instant hex in the game.
Yeah.
Because outside of that, he's obviously being able to jump down and jump back up. It's going to be a little bit annoying there for Collapse, getting clipped by the Ice Blast and the Ignite.
Dead?
I don't think the Ice Blast will last long enough, right? Should be fine.
Oof, that's crazy. They just threw some poke at him, and now he's got to go to base. Shows the power of PVISION's early skirmish. Definitely very strong. Laurel will be happy with that Sunstrike kill. He's got his Midas online. He's off to the races.
And I guess that's the thing as well, right, for their lineup. That's like, will they feel the lacking of this, that they don't have a hero that can really buy a pipe against PVISION, against this sort of spam?
They will feel it a bit, yeah. I think so. Holy crap. Man, they farm that Ancient Stack really fast. Spirit's very good about this, but in these even games, making sure they get the Ancient Stacks, protecting them, and bolstering that economy to speed up that point where they actually can make the moves, right? It's some slow heroes, but Collapse is going to have a very fast blink. And with the Rock online, the Snakes from Shadow Shaman, they can get involved, and they can start to make some things happen. I'm curious to see how this Ogre does. They got 1 base damage, and Midas is buffed. And we've seen PVISION try this hero in the past, and they stopped picking it for a reason. It fell off, it wasn't working. People found counters to it, and now they're trying to resurrect it. But will it be enough?
Oh. Bit of a pause.
At least they gave reason.
They did this time. We did a little bit of the old lag. Hopefully it will be fixed pretty soon. But yeah, no, and what sort of panel saying as well, they imagine what DM first aura you're looking for is what the Crimson in this game?
It's an okay Crimson game.
Yeah.
I think he might. It's actually a bit interesting because they have a pretty good mix of damage on Spirit.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of physical, and it's big chunks of physical, right? It's amp. Crimson is generally like not that good against Slardar. You prefer the Lotus because if you're amped and you're Crimson, you're still gonna die to the amp. So he could go for it. It is great on Ogre because you have so much strength. Not 100% sure though. Looks like Dean doesn't know either. He's going to buy his wand now and has nothing else queued after, which to me says he's still thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right? Because he would generally...
situation.
You see a lot of players queue that stuff up pretty far in advance. Yatoro queues up his whole item build at the start of the game.
Continuation of Lyle's build on the Invoker, no surprises. Standard stuff for the Atos into the Aghanims after his Midas. And here is that smoke plate that we were looking towards here. Round collapses, Blink Dagger pickup. See what they can get here top. PVISION though are also smoked up and ready.
PVISION have the numbers here.
Oh, there's the jump on a no one. They get in with the instant hex. They've got the shackle as well. They're not able to lock him down long enough though. No one's out of there. Rue will fall. Jump forward for 9 class with the Wukongs and the potential of the balance not even actually needed here as Panda just gets burst by the Sonic Wave. That was the move there where Spirit tried to make a play with the Blink reveal, dropping the Golem as well. They don't get anything, and PVISION end up cleaning up both of the supports.
It's not the worst thing ever for Spirit, though, as they get mid-tower in the meantime, with Laurel taking that because no one was up here. Mid gets left a little bit open, and Laurel also TP top and secure this tower as well. So they get both tier 1s out of it. They lose a couple supports, and they do use their ults. So they're going to have to be a little bit passive for a while here, but not the worst trade in the world. Definitely could have been better for Spirit, though.
Farm does continue to go favorably for Yatoro. Up there at the top right now, level with that of no one's quap. Satanic just a little bit behind, not by much. Still very, very close. Will have the luxury of finding himself the 14-minute Shrine of Wisdom as well, so levels are good on Satanic.
I will say, I think this slower early game pace where Spirit gets out okay is better for them. They have the more normal structured lineup. They have the better team fight. They have a great Morphling game outside of the AA, but they have tools to kill this AA. Slardar will legit insta-kill him. Once you're in the mid game, you've got a Sunstrike follow-up on that as well. So this AA is not, it's not a free ice cream cone. There are summer heat waves coming his way.
Yeah, further methods of getting the catch on him. Rue's going to have the blink off the next creep wave, so yeah, excellent jump and instant catch available from Spirit across the board. PVISION are going to have to be ready for these plays.
When they picked this kind of lineup against OG yesterday, they were running them over. They had this massive lead early with the Monkey King. And while 9 class did get some kills this game,
It did a fair bit in the early few minutes, but it slowed down.
It has. The Monkey King is a hero that wants to abuse that tempo, abuse that vision. And when you're not, you can see he has bottom net worth. The hero does just sort of sit in the trees and not get much gold, not get many items.
I mean, so who's that sort of on PVISION's side? Should someone be looking to team up with 9 class to try and get action going, or is there a reason why they have slowed things down on their side, PVISION?
I think the chances for them to do more stuff were earlier, and I think at this point it's honestly quite difficult. If you look at their heroes, how do they really start fights? It's only on a hero from Spirit that's out of position. If Spirit's playing underneath their towers, if they're playing on Vision, which they have in their own jungle, and they have the mid tower still alive.
Rue. He's ready to go for it there. Also just sort of tease out a reaction. Of course, PVISION to fall back with the two of them. Frees up the space for Yatoro to continue to get the farm here.
And so far, this A has not really interacted with Morphling at all.
On top, collapse. It's going to get the catch on a 9 class. Sunstrike's off the mark, though. That will give 9 class the chance to pop the Wukong's command down. No one turns up with the Sonic Wave. Collapse trying to hide here as 9 class. He's still going to find him. Boundless Strike comes in. Collapse will fall. And they needed that Sunstrike to hit. They need that to, and because that is sort of a clean play that shouldn't be missing, right?
No, that should be a 9 class dead, Collapse full HP and continuing to farm here. Him dying matters a lot. So they reacted with some heroes, both supports showing up, and they're gonna get nothing for it. So not only do they get the kill, but they get a little bit of economy on the flip side, where Satanic didn't even think about coming to this. He's farming up in the meantime.
Yep.
Working towards that butterfly. It is exciting, though. We do get to see the return of the shotgun Morphling.
Yeah, it's kind of just better than ever, right, with this Phylactery E-Blade.
It's got an ultimate orb in it. That's one of Morphling's favorite items.
Yep.
And it's also the classic answer to Terrorblade. You always would go this back in the day. Instead of this butterfly, this right-clicking, you play off of the burst. And he's got great stuns to set up for it this game. The Sunstrike follow-up, if Laurel can get it off in time. I'm excited to see if they can actually, what this looks like. Because it's been so long since I've seen Shotgun Morphling in an official.
For sure. I think there's definitely the high potential that we are going to see these, even these bigger heroes on ParaVision get 100 to 0 when Spirit makes that jump. So ParaVision, they've got to be prepared for that. Going to start coming in with a push here around the mid. Spirit, do they want to try and do anything about this? Yeah, Panto sort of just walks up and offers up his life. That's not going to be the start of any sort of defense. This tier 1's going to be going down, whether Spirit like it or not.
That's a bad feed. They maybe could have taken a fight here, but with that, maybe Roche is on the table. Are they considering it? No. Just happen to be walking past the area. But opening up the mid tower is huge. Gives you more access to get some of these cheeky pickoffs with the Monkey King, who has the Yules online. So he's got a little more tools to go in and out, play that annoying kiting playstyle. His 9 class's signature.
Things are coming on nicely for DM. Greaves into the pipe. Coming up next, and it's that smoke from Spirit. They are very interested to make a move. Still, not necessarily with Yatoro. They're happy to sort of give him the space. We'll see up top if they get the chance. Because actually, no, Yatoro does want to get involved now. He's joining the smoke. Collapse. Find a freebie here. As Ducalis is in trouble. Well, we're going to see 9 Class try and jump over and help out. This time the Sunstrike lands, takes out Ducalis. And they'll catch 9 Class as well as both supports getting caught out here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's great spell casting, great kiting. The little things there. You can see the excellence. Slardar, very, very good against AA. That amplify damage, Slardar ever finds you, you melt in a millisecond, and off those kills, it's a free Tormentor.
ParaVision have to be careful. Even though it's very close on the numbers, very even on the gold, does feel that Spirit is sort of one fight away from being able to also just step into the Roshan and being able to take that pretty quickly around the sort of the offensive pressure. The more Slardar Invoker, and if they want even to drop the wards down as well, they can take that Roshan super quick.
Option is definitely there. DM did go for the Greaves first and is going for the pipe next, so can get the cleanse on himself for the amplify. And some regen and heals for his team, not a bad choice.
9 Class on the hunt. Oh, but Collapse a step ahead.
Man.
Blink there. The smoke put to waste.
What a beast. And he's going for the Yules. It's a pretty bad BKB game, but it's a great kiting game for Spirit. 4 staffs, glimmers, Yules. Needs to go in and out this game. As ParaVision, they only have 1 stun, really. I don't necessarily even count Ogre stun. He's just a big blob. He won't get in range to cast him, so it's pretty much just the monkey stun, and then slows and follow-up damage, which they have plenty of.
Yeah, we did see as well, no one was sort of holding off on what he wanted to invest into. Had about 3k gold. He's going to go for the BKB straight up. Do you think that is indeed what he commits for and is necessary here, or could he still be thinking of other things?
It's interesting. It's both almost a needed BKB game,
yeah,
but you don't really want to buy it. It's kind of an uncomfortable position for Queen. It's a game where you're going to want 3, 4, 5 items to start feeling really, really strong, but without the BKB in this game, he can never blink in. He will just get insta-killed, so it might be a necessity, but you look at a Queen with Blade Mail, Kaya, BKB against a Slardar, against a Morphling, it doesn't look that strong. You look at his inventory, he just doesn't feel powerful. So even though no one is roughly on par with the other cores.
I mean, this is the thing as well, right? This was after such a dominating start in lane. You know, you've got to remember what this sort of started off with in the mid matchup, and now you look at the net worth, right? Lal, he's in a better spot.
He is. And Invoker, also generally a pretty good hero against the Queen of Pain.
So the wards drop down, but ParaVision are in place to very easily farm those.
Yeah, not a worry in their mind. That's a free, whatever it is, 250, 300 gold.
Spirit, though, are still sticking around.
Yeah.
So if they can get that jump route.
It's a bit far.
Yes, CTP's coming in. They have the Cataclysm, the burst from Yatoro, collapse in with the jump. It's not enough to quite kill him immediately, though. DM will live, and now the blast is coming in onto Yatoro. He'll be able to waveform away. And 9 Class is going to do his best to stay on top of him. The blood grenade down onto him. The Wukong's command laid down, and indeed Yatoro will fall. That sort of move there, a couple of slip-ups it feels like from Rue, right? The Serpent Wars didn't achieve much, then he tries to make that jump in for the Hex play. It ends up kind of costing his carrier's life.
Just slightly too far, and I think Spirit felt it too. They were slightly... Like, Collapse could have instant blink stun, and Yator could have waited for him, maybe they get the kill, but they know it's so close to the tower.
See at the side here, you know, they were trying to check out what's going on in the Roshan pit, but Nineclass, he had eyes on them. Collapse is going to attempt to jump in and try and fight back. They'll drop the Golem, it's bringing DM down incredibly low, but the heals are there. DM's going to be fine. They can deal with the Golem. Spirit cannot find the way into the fight there that they hoped for, as PVISION continue to chase them down. Nineclass on top of Rue. The Shaman will fall, and they have to just continue to keep their distance here from this TB during the Metamorphosis. Lol. Throughout the Tornado, but entering into this high ground seems so difficult for Team Spirit right now. As PVISION have this position.
Top net worth Satanic TB, Butterfly online.
And they're gonna come in with the smoke, but it is gonna be a 4 versus 5. Can they get that jump? It will at least be whilst the Metamorphosis is worn off, so they know that Satanic will be slightly weaker. Ducalis, whoa, it's gonna be off the mark with the crush, shouldn't matter, as the Atos will come down.
Or it does get ice blasted. There will always be that threat in this game that if you get ice blasted, you gotta run. Because Morphling cannot do anything while under the effects of that spell.
Well, sort of a turn of events, though. They've actually managed to find themselves in a position where they've pushed PVISION out of the pit. Surely PVISION are going to try and say something about this, but it looks like they're not really in any sort of position to do so. And Spirit, with the speed that they take the Roche down, they are actually going to be the ones to end up getting the Aegis.
It's a big deal. Morphling can play a little bit more aggressive, worry a little bit less about that blast. Potentially look to take over some more areas of their own. Satanic will continue to farm. It is a pretty good TB game. He's playing against the Invoker, but with items, you can fix a lot of the problems that matchup causes. Pike, Scotty getting that HP and mana. Suddenly the EMP. And Invoker spells in general are pretty bad against mobility. So once you have that movement speed and the Pike up, it's very difficult to actually connect on your spells without the follow-up stuns of Rue and Collapse.
And I imagine that's the sort of game you're playing as well as the TB. Like, are you able to get away with not getting the BKB this game as the Terrorblade?
I think so.
Yeah.
For a while, at least. Maybe he buys it 5th, 6th item, but before then, I don't think he's looking too much at it. Wow, that was close. That
was very close, yes. Rue nearly finding the setup. And they would have had Yatoro around, so could have actually gone pretty rough there for PVISION. But the TP out in time from Satanic. PVISION able to move elsewhere on the map.
The hour has arrived. Shotgun is completed.
Let's have a look. As you said, well, this burst can look pretty crazy.
It definitely can. I think. I haven't actually seen it yet, but it should. It should. After the changes.
That's the benefit here for Yatoro. Terrorblade. The Metamorphosis getting some pressure onto the tower. Fortification will come out. And PVISION looks like they're not afraid to fight into this, despite the fact that Yatoro has the Aegis.
Definitely not, and I think Spirit can feel it if they're around. Look how he killed that illusion. Doggone, it's good.
It good. Yeah.
Holy.
A lot of damage, and of course, relatively low cooldown on the E-Blade.
They'll lose their ward. They wasted Fatal Bonds on the illusions, too.
They are getting pushed off the tower. PVISION being able to push Spirit back a little bit. Depends how much Spirit wants to stick around with this pressure. They do have the Golem ready to drop. Serpent wards at the ready as well.
They're all on a ward.
Oh, and Collapse. Gonna get the jump in on towards Nineclass. They'll try with the burst, but the Yules is gonna be there. Keeps Nineclass safe. They turn with the Sonic Wave onto Collapse. Tornado throws Satanic up in the air for now, but another Boundless Strike comes down onto Collapse. Collapse trying to slither away, but they've got him. The damage comes in from Satanic. Cataclysm, it's not really gonna be set up for, so no real damage being done by that. PVISION survived the Cataclysm attempt. They've killed off 2 of Spirit, and they've forced the rest of them to run away.
That ward absolutely owns them. And he may have the shotgun, but Ogre's got a pipe. Ogre's got auras. You mentioned it earlier. This is an auras versus no auras game. And that very much helps the carry of the team with the auras. Probably the hero that benefits the most from these spells as the game goes later.
And as we saw, you know, they do have answers, right? You go for the Monkey King. He's going to be using himself. Maybe the TB comes in with a clutch manta. Of course, the Quap's got a BKB, so not going to be easy to find those kills. We'll see them try for the setup here into the trees.
Oh, Yatoro waves.
He's got to be careful. Got clipped by the Ice Blast and the Ignite. Has to just go immediately for the TP out.
This game is starting to feel like Spirit are definitely the ones on the back foot. They're not finding these kills. Collapse is working on the BKB, so we'll be able to commit a little bit better to these fights and not just get disabled and die because they need his stuns. Shadow Shaman, there's so many ways for him to just get insta-killed in this game.
Yes. And you can't help but feel as well that what's sort of required from both of the carries, it feels like Yatoro has to just do so much more, right? He's got this burst potential, but it seems a lot easier for Satanic to turn up, press Metamorphosis, and just right-click down the whole team.
He does just stand there and hit you in the head. Yatoro's doing all these fancy tricks, wait for stats up and down, wait for him in, shotgun this guy, and Satanic's me hit.
Yeah, it definitely seems like, you know, with the draft and with the position that they're in, as even as it is in terms of net worth, the game for the Terrorblade here in Satanic's hands seems a little bit easier than what's required of Yatoro to pull off on the Morphling.
If anyone's capable of pulling it off, though, it is Yatoro. Grandmaster Morphling, 2 rings on his fingers, and a whole lot of other tournaments under his belt. He's certainly capable.
Let's see what he can do. In terms of the build, we're going for the Hurricane Pike into the Silver Edge by the looks of it on the Morph. And continuation for Satanic. No surprises there. Scardy and then into Disperser. That's what he wants to try for. PVISION, they're out with the smoke. Same to be said here for Spirit. It just has come to an end though. Ooh, jumping into the river. They'll look to try and burst through DM.
The Sunstrike griefed his Cataclysm.
Oh, that's a bit awkward. And now the Ice Blast in onto Lal. Lal's got to step out of the fight for now. Collapses BKB. He's having a BKB and run. No one's going to jump forward. Yatoro's trying to stand his ground and fight back, but he has to use the blink to get out of there.
And Dia might have died there, but Laurel messed up his spell casting and tornadoed as the Cataclysm was hitting.
At least Yatoro will be able to get back in him. Get some revenge there on that pesky Ancient Apparition that's been Ice Blasting him. Blow up Ducalis.
Okay, this Queen of Pain Steel looks really strong. The fact that he can blink in and then shotgun a guy in a waveform
with
out.
The burst. And with the extra burst, right, yeah.
Yeah, the lack of Dispel, or sorry, the lack of Catch, rather, that PVISION has, that's going to be a real problem dealing with this. You've only got Monkey Stun. Ogre Stun is just not going to hit him.
No, it's very true. We are seeing that in these fights, Yatoro, he might get Ice Blasted, but he can run away.
Yeah, he's everywhere with the blink. And stopping Morphling from transforming into you is just not a real option. Even if you buy Lincoln's, he can just break it with Adaptive Strike and then steal you right after. So if he wants to cosplay Quap for this entire game, he's more than capable of doing so.
The timing's there for Spirit to be able to move up and get the Tormentor. Shard for Root.
Very, very good Shard. Doesn't have any items to abuse it yet, so no Yules, Glimmer, any of the tricky stuff. But they know. But it doesn't matter if they know, because they're not getting him.
Yeah, it feels like you just cannot spend any time trying to hunt down the Monkey King. It's not going to be time well spent.
An expert in annoyance. Very, very close game, though.
It really is. It really is. To have it sort of get to this 32-minute mark and again barely see the net worth jump, drastically in either team's direction for this first 30 minutes.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Pretty
attack.
crazy. The big items continue to fly out. No one has now got himself the Shiva's Guard. Still seeing Lal trying to get towards the Ogtree next.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Spirit most definitely have the ability to scale this game, but so do PVISION. It's a good TB game. And Satanic is an amazing TB player.
It's really going to come down to, who's going to do it? Is it the Satanic TB or the Yatoro Morphling?
Dire are scanning.
Which is the more powerful? Both have had a pretty even playing ground so far here in this 30 minutes. So a fantastic kind of classic carry matchup on two players getting to play arguably one of, if not their best carry hero. Absolute treat.
Varl's in the danger zone.
They've got the setup. Balance strikes there. No one's in with the jump. Backup's coming in for Lalo. Turning the tornado off. Doesn't matter. Sonic Wave comes through. They burst the Invoker. Should be able to get something in return. No one wants to continue to push forward on the fight. They'll dodge the Ice Blast, Team Spirit, but Panto getting destroyed here by the right clicks of Satanic. As PVISION will get the two of them. Won't quite lose anything themselves.
And the E-Blade actually kind of saves him there. With the pipe, the Glimmer, so much resistance. I think if they just right-clicked him, he probably would have died with the Am. It's not looking as good as I would have hoped.
That's just one of the downsides of, in particular, what having that E-Blade set up when you do have one of these heroes as a Slardar.
Yeah.
He wants to get the right clicks in. He's going to get punished for that.
I don't know what on earth he was doing there, but that's not a good feed.
I mean, he had a Midas to use.
He actually did get baited by the Midas.
Yeah, when you got a Midas, you got a Midas.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know what? I take it back. I take it back. All good, brother.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Roshan, as we can see, it's going to be just under a minute until it's up, so will at least be time for PVISION to have DM back in the game here if they want to contest it. And I would imagine, I don't think PVISION need to be afraid of approaching that fight right. Last time around we saw Spirit being able to just sort of take it after PVISION initially was able to push Spirit away, but Spirit just came back into the pit and did it so quickly. Surely PVISION don't want to let Spirit get another free rush.
No, definitely not. They've got the Scotty online, but the meta is still cooldown for 35. And they will probably be waiting for that.
They should be fine, because your Roche is going to spawn on the other side anyway. I mean, unless Spirit just immediately go and catch the timing and destroy the Roche.
I don't think so. It's a bit risky.
Yeah.
Too many scouting tools in PVISION. If you're standing in the pit, you get A blasted. Oh boy, you're in a world of hurt. But it is going to be top rush, and that does favor Spirit, having the outpost right here. You can maybe have buybacks to some of the supporting cast, but right now, only buyback on Rue and Collapse. No one is starting to build up into more items, though. Looks like he is going to get the chance to scale up into that beast mode quap in the mid to late game that we see sometimes.
Roshan up, and both teams soon to find out as they close in on the area. Satanic ready to start it off. He's going to just walk straight into the pit. He's going to get spotted out here by the Sunstrike.
A little forward Spirit spawns.
So Spirit, they'll head over, and PVISION, they'll try and get themselves in a good position to start up for this defense. Let's have a look here. Spirit, do they also want to go for some sort of smoke move? Maybe some wraparound? They're going to have a pretty good idea of where PVISION is going to be waiting for them. Nullifier is now online for Collapse, so an even easier time to just jump in and fully commit onto someone.
Radiant
This Yules and Glimmer, definitely greatly diminished. If you get that Nullifier onto 9 class, he's a sitting duck.
Scan does temporarily hit, so they know that Spirit is so close to the pit, sort of teasing around with Roshan. And while scouting things out, but as both sides hesitant to head into the pit before they can take a team fight. And here's the wraparound from Spirit. See if PVISION is ready for this sort of move to come in from this angle.
They're breaking on a lot of good spots. Spirit going the long way.
Ooh, no one's ready.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they know.
And I like this as well from Satanic. Realizes the importance of this next upcoming fight, so does just buy the BKB. Have it ready for this one to go all in on the Terror Blade.
Radiant's middle tower
Better safe
is
than
under
sorry.
attack.
It's a sensible choice.
Radiant are scanning.
Both teams, yeah, nobody wants to go in.
Yeah, trying to force this one down is very, very risky. These fights are so much about who gets the initiation.
PVISION again are going to start. So at least have a Satanic slowly taking down the Roche.
They have the Sunstrike to scout. They're going to press the upheaval, and you got to get out of the soup. I say that though, Satanic, he wants to be in the soup.
I guess with the BKB, he does sort of feel that there's not too much he has to fear.
Yeah.
So he can be a little more aggressive now with his positioning. Roshan coming down to about half HP. Both teams just knowing how important this Roche is, the state of the game, with how close it currently is.
So hard to run up into these hill areas. Both teams so good at breaking smoke.
Oh, they found 9 Class. He does have buyback. We'll see if he uses it. No one's going to jump for it. They've caught Yatori. He's kind of stuck in the pit. He's just dead. Well, 9 Class, he'll take that any day of the week. Oh, a little bit of a pause. And what's going on here? Any translations?
Not for me.
No, well, back on with the game.
Go try.
No, I think it was all friendly stuff. I think they were just saying lag.
And what happened to Yatoro in that fight? Got stuck in the pit somehow with Waveform and Pike on cooldown. I don't know if he messed up his spell casting or
yeah,
what.
that's right. He didn't have either of them to play with.
I mean, there's no way you can take this fight without your board playing.
And to 9 Class, he's going to find in the trees Collapse. Collapse was sort of stuck there after he blinked up, was trying to TP out. He's got to put the BKB and sprint away. So he'll live, but off to the side, dead. Panto will die. 9 Class is going to be protected by Satanic coming in and offering up his buddy Asunder. As he knows there's no fear of any fight kicking off with how they're able to deal with Spirit like that and just take this Roshan, get this Aegis for himself. Yeah, we're going to have to watch that replay again because it absolutely must have just been a rare mistake there from Yatora to die in the fashion that he did. Yeah, let's watch him. So Waveform in very aggressively.
Oh no! He piked up into the upper corner of the pit instead of over the wall. He turned the wrong way.
That's awkward. That's an awkward mistake. Yeah, that's what you got to have that. I mean, it probably does. Maybe didn't use it. Yeah, you know that. Well, I don't know what it's called, but that keybind. You know, you play
directional move thing.
Yeah, so you don't have that sort of trying to walk one way, and then by the time you pop the, double press the Hurricane Pike, your character started to turn. It's a bit of a slip up. It hurts big time. They're going to try and get the catch on, and no one. And with the Hex. They should have it.
Wait, Ducalis was trying to TP out to bottom, and he died to the Sunstrike while he was TPing out. He couldn't dodge the Cataclysm.
Yeah. Oh, well, so Lyle gets a bit of a bonus in that situation. Yatora back in action.
DM's dead too. They just chain fed 3 kills.
Well, after a pretty sort of carefully calculated first 35 minutes, I'd say, of gameplay, things are starting to get a little bit crazy from both sides. First of all, we have kind of Spirit with Yatora making a bit of a mistake around the pit. And then just like that, ParaVision, they might have got the Aegis secured on Satanic, but he's probably sitting there watching his teammates being like, guys, team, what are we doing?
Hello?
Why are we dying like this?
You guys, just player on me. I've got the Aegis. That's always the comms. Guys, I'm strong. And then what's happening?
Oh, a long way. Yeah, it's some sort of cursed Aegis here. They get it as a team, and Satanic's like, I pick up this Aegis, and my teammates just start dying everywhere. What's going on?
They just get globally team-wiped, just like those pubs where Zeus has a refresh orb and just goes pow pow.
Yeah, now they're losing towers here. The mid push is coming in from Spirit. Now, ParaVision, I think they're going to be a bit sort of saying to themselves there, what did we just do?
They might lose 2 tier 2s for this. DD on Yatoro, that is it's a Monak-S.
Yeah, that's both towers taken. ParaVision, they got to pull themselves together. They just got Roche. They managed to make an excellent play, and then it just subsequently has gone very much downhill. You see, the Aegis power play is a 9k loss. You don't see that that very often. It's not much of a power play at all here from ParaVision.
Power play for Spirit, maybe.
Yeah.
This is now the biggest gold lead we've seen so far this game.
Yep.
Right after they lost the fight and Aegis.
Yep. Well, they still got 2.5 minutes. Maybe they were able to pick something back up, but during the rest of the Aegis time, but things continue to keep rolling in for Spirit across the map. They get the Tormentor here top.
It's a 10k gold lead. Toro, is he going for the Kanda? What the heck? Is this Kanda? Is this how you build it now? I don't even know.
Oh, you're the expert, Quinn.
It is how you build it now.
Okay, there we go.
All right. It doesn't necessarily break anything important in this game, but he just has slot issues and didn't want to sell his boots yet. I believe that's the kind of deal it was. I'm surprised he didn't sell Phylactery for something else, though. But it feels like he does want to keep up the shotgun build, thinks it's valuable. I guess whenever you sell the Kanda, you're sort of kind of griefs your E-Blade a little bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Make him a little bit stronger.
And yeah, I think sort of that after that last series of events,
Dire's top tower is
Satanic,
under attack.
he's got to lock in to try and carry the boys on this one if they're going to be making those sort of rough sort of moves and getting caught out like that. Of course, he's still in great position to do so. The most farmed hero in the game here, Satanic. But can he out-carry Spirit?
We'll see. The issue still remains that they don't have the easiest ways to start or catch these fights, but they have gotten a Hex on DM, and that will change these dynamics. No BKB in Yutoro. Because they had so few stuns, he's gone for the slippery build,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is under attack.
when you get turned into a pig, it's hard to be slippery.
Radiant's bottom
Now, does Satanic want to hit the base? 50 seconds left on the Aegis.
It looks like it.
Let's see what the call's going to be. How much do they want to try and force this here? PVISION, they'll put the meta.
Radiant structures are fortified.
See what sort of a defense comes out from Spirit. It's tier 3. Going down. Obviously, you've got to bear in mind the Aegis timing. 20 seconds. Spirit are going to look to try and strike at this key timing, coming in with a wraparound. Off to the side, though. Yutoro's going to put the Manta and get away from the Ice Blast. He'll escape. Tornado and Cataclysm again, kind of coming in at awkward timings from one another. It does end up that the Cataclysm doesn't really do anything at all. And off to the side. Now going to get the Yules onto Panto. Still get the chance to drop the Golem, but Panto will die for this. Satanic's going to turn quickly, destroy the Golem. And obviously on that bottom lane, damage was done. And they're not finished yet, no one. Jumping in. They want to try and stick around maybe to get the full set of barracks there. They get the catch here on towards Yutoro. They had the Hex to the follow-up. Not enough to lock him down. Still gets out with the waveform. Hex and Shackle in return down on towards Satanic. Won't last long enough though. Satanic's able to break out of it. And Class watching from the trees. They can start to retreat here. Collapse is going to try and do this best to make sure that the retreat's not successful though. Gets in with the jump crush onto Satanic. We'll have to turn his attention towards DM instead, but the Hex is there, out on towards him, gets pushed back by the Sonic Wave. DM might be left behind here unless PVISION want to try and turn this fight. I said that though, DM is very tanky. Another round of the Hex, they have to drop the Serpent Wards as well just to make sure they get a kill out of this. They will get him at the end of it all, but the time and space is there for the rest of PVISION to back off. Who are going to be very content with that push they got away with at the end of that age, just getting the melee racks and forcing Spirit to expend 2 of their buybacks.
They definitely will. It feels really hard when PVISION is clumped up like that for Spirit to actually commit into them. This Warlock and Shadow Shaman are just fish food. They just disappear to anything that comes their way. As soon as they commit into that fight, Rue gets caught in the middle, dies immediately. Panto falls soon after, and these team fights definitely not easy for Spirit. They do have the Undispellable Haze now on Slaughter, so that's going to help.
Yeah, it just seems so much more smooth for Satanic to get the job done in these drawn-out fights as the Terrorblade. Again, just as opposed to how much is expected from Yutoro on the Morphling hero this game. It's not easy for him in this sort of hero-to-hero matchup at this point, especially when the Terrorblade at this point is coming close to being sort of 2 major items ahead of the Morphling, coming up to, what, nearly 40k net worth pretty soon on Satanic here, 46 minutes in. He's having quite the game throughout all the chaos.
He's got the Metamorphosis duration talent, so 80-second Metamorphosis. There's no kiting this spell anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
He's meted in every fight, guaranteed.
Yep. Yutoro has got the Lincoln, so a little bit of extra protection to allow him to commit into the fight. But it really is going to take some masterful play from him to be able to pick apart PVISION in these team fights.
Dire's top tower
Super difficult game. Even though as a team they have this lead. Losing their melee racks here, Spirit.
Dire's top tower has radiant.
Got to try and regain control of the lane, see if they can set up for the next Roche. And see if they can find some sort of way to just catch this Terrorblade in the team fights. Satanic has been pretty much untouched in the last few team plays. They can't really stop the Terrorblade from doing the damage, getting the work done.
And they're trying to hold this hill, not give this area back to PVISION. They were holding for the last Roche fight. Roche spawns super early
Oh, that's good news for Spirit.
And it's not going to roar because PVISION killed it last time.
Yeah, Spirit can take this down immediately before PVISION even have the chance to think about the Roche.
It's very fortunate for them that it's such a quick spawn. That means Refresher, Cheese, the whole 9 yards. Now Wind Waker on Collapse. So if they try for these burst plays, Bob's can come in with the clutch save, and he's got a Refresher as well, so he can do multi of them even.
Yeah, really, they've probably got to have Collapse be the one, or someone has to be the one to get the jump onto the Terrorblade. Like, I feel like if you're jumping anyone else in these team fights, the Terrorblade is just going to kill you.
Either that, or you need to find an open area where you can kite him and move around him and sort of hold him in place with Invoker spells, Tornado, EMP. We got the Refresher on Laurel, so we can do a lot of stalling to this TB, potentially kill the illusions or at least disable them, while Spirit finds others. They're very split right now. Collapse is running down to bottom lane. It's very much just a casual push. Not any real pressure, as they're kind of just farming everywhere else on the map. Spirit, it seems they've decided that there's no way they're pushing high ground. It's too hard. So instead, we're going to economy. We're going to get to 6 slots. This game's going to go long.
I think so, right?
We need to be really strong.
And yeah, because I think they need to. They need to sort of get that extra item online so they have the means to take down the Terrorblade. I mean, we're seeing already, even the illusions alone, they're not easy for Spirit's heroes to kill off. The illusions are very strong.
It's a problem. Fox gets the Watcher. Ooh, I think they see the ward with that gem, right? Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yatoro is keeping them in base, though. By ratting this top lane, they're going to have to keep responding. He's doing it with the TB illusions, stealing from Morphling. It's kind of keeping PVISION pinned in. They want to deward that ward. The 9 class is stalking it. And they know this hill's warded too. You can see these players know the perimeter of the vision that ward gives. Now Yatoro goes into the dewarded.
He's going to head forward. Found this down on a route. See them try and look towards Satanic, but Satanic's ready to turn. Gonna surround him. Cataclysm comes in, but again, for the most part, they're able to dodge it. Plus to push back Satanic. See no one jumping in, pushing back the rest of Spirit and ready for the chase down. Law will be able to back off with the Ghost Ward. Collapse ready to get back in on towards no one. Yatoro, he's going to back off now that the Aegis has been taken from him. And outside of the Aegis going away, taken out of his hands. No one else to fall in this fight.
That ward is a really bad place for them to fight. So clumped. They just run in and Satanic smacks them. DM though.
Oh, it's a risky position. Rue's going to catch him. Gets him with the Hex, drops down the Serpent Wards. They bring the Cataclysm. There's nowhere to save him. At the same time, Collapse actually able to get the jump over towards Satanic. They've got the Tornado control. Satanic could be in trouble here. He slides out to the side. Will be able to use the Sunder to get back up to full HP as he takes the health at 9 class. Spirit. Have to give a bit of respect again here to Satanic. So back away. No one trying for the chase here. I mean, Spirit, they're considering maybe jumping again on towards Satanic, and there they are. They're in with the crush. Tornado comes in. EMP as well, but he's able to slide back. He's low on mana here, and his supports are getting torn apart here by Lal. Double kill for Lal. DM still wanting to fight here because they've got the buybacks in play. Both supports here for PVISION coming with the buybacks. Collapse. Closes in, crushing onto both DM and Satanic. Satanic, he'll turn towards Collapse. Collapse finds 9 class the second time. That's a dieback on 9 class. Ruin return will fall. Satanic still...
Oh my gosh.
He's going to turn towards Yatoro. They're going to kind of corner him at the side, but Dakalis is gone. That's a dieback on both of the supports. It's just left down to Satanic and no one.
Spirit's too good, man.
I mean, Satanic will put the BKB, can't get the Sunder off the link because it's there. That's Satanic dead. No one... Can him and Satanic actually hold this? Satanic's coming with the buyback, but they're now 2 against 4 as Spirit just picked them apart and killed them off multiple times through the buybacks that PVISION throw at them.
Oh my gosh, the Collapse player perspective of this fight has to be unbelievable. That was one of those masterful team fights I've seen in years. Good grief, this guy is good.
I mean, no one's... Can they stop them here? They've got a fortification. Toro's on with the push. Ready to threaten Satanic as well. They need to buy time here, PVISION, for the rest of the team to respawn.
Dire's middle
The
barracks.
mid-rack's gone. Spirit ready to swing across towards the top set as well.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks.
Damage being done here by Spirit. We'll see how much more they feel they can get away with. Do they want to try for a third set of barracks? They've still got a little bit of time.
They know there's no buybacks on any of these 3 heroes.
And those diebacks just brutal for PVISION. Spirit, they're taking so much collapse, even getting the jumping on towards Satanic. No one's going to be there to keep him safe. Tornado will clip onto Satanic. Cataclysm coming in. It'll slide to the side. No one pushes them back with the Sonic Wave. They've got the fortification back up. 9 class in on the game now with the Wukong's command, but Collapse, he's going to look to try and find him in the trees. We'll get in on top of him. Collapse. The Wind Waker back to safety. Further respawns coming in now. No one pops the refresher, and he's ready to force back Spirit in an attempt to keep that final Rax alive. Spirit, do they want to try and get back in to finish this off? Everybody's back up now in PVISION. Toro, he's in with the jump, tries to burst Satanic. Satanic's going to respond straight away with the BKB. The Spirit, they don't quite get the megas, but they get everything but the top lane, the mid racks, half of the bottom racks. The damage done. Spirit now with a 33k lead, and PVISION definitely going to be wondering where it all went wrong in that bottom fight.
And I think they maybe could have gotten the megas there, but they were messing around with the kills. PVISION baited them in very well, sort of standing on that line of maybe, oh, maybe you can kill me, but they can't. And they waste some time, they waste some right clicks, and the mega survives. But 30k, man, so much spent there. And these supports especially are going to feel the pain of that. Panto now Blink, Force, Glimmer. He's got all the tools to get his rock off, and similarly, Baru.
This is going to be an incredibly difficult hold for PVISION. Spirit in the prime position to close this up. They'll drop down the Serpent Wards. Yatoro ready to move in, looking to quickly finish off. He'll get caught by the Fear and the Ice Blast though. Yatoro, he dies for his efforts to try and take the racks. They will still get the racks with the remainder of the Serpent Wards finishing it off. So the Mega Creeps are out. There is 90 seconds though for PVISION to try and put everything in to striking back at Spirit. They're chasing Collapse out of the base. Class will get back up into the trees. So indeed, they've been Mega Creeped. What's the quick call from PVISION? Are you running it down a lane? Are you going to get the chance to force out this buyback, or is it unlikely?
It's so hard against Invoker. Shadow Shaman, they've got so many stuns, so many spells to repel you. And you've got to get the lanes in the first place, which they're not even close to doing right now. At this point, I think Yatoro will be spawned by the time they even reach the base. Yatoro's chicken is going to get sniped.
Has been killed.
Oh, pause. A little bit of the old lag.
Unreal!
Unreal lag.
They all disconnect.
Oh, that's...
apparently it was unreal.
Apparently was a lot of lag.
That's what I'm saying. I'm curious what they think about here whenever they're not even in the game. What are they considering?
Let's have a look. So this is that fight again.
Just so many crushes. I don't know how many it was, but it was like 10, it felt like.
So I imagine at this point you can see, right, why PVISION are using the buybacks, right? They still very much trust that around Satanic, they are strong enough to take this team fight.
I think a huge part of this fight, though, is that Satanic got EMP'd. He has no mana in these fights to press any of his spells. He's just getting kited. They're going in and out over and over again. These crushes, just playing on the absolute edge, is actually crazy.
I mean, because it was very close as well there for the game to be in an even rougher spot, really, if no one was punished, but no one sort of being able to be the solid rock in that fight, being the one to survive throughout it all, did mean that they had this chance to fight on in this game. Obviously now up against the Mega Creeps. Looking pretty close to impossible here now for PVISION. Spirit, they know how close they are to putting an end to this game. And they have indeed been able to sort of wait out this death timer of Yatoro. Doesn't look like they will need to use that buyback. So it can remain in this comfortable position where their whole team does have their buybacks available.
And Roche still a minute 20 seconds away. So they won't even get the Roche for it. Could have gotten lucky with an early spawn timer, but Gaben does not smile upon them today.
What's the call now for PVISION? They're closing in on anything. Well, we've got the Daedalus pickup. Can be there for Satanic. He's going to have that online. 4,500 gold on no one, so probably considering what his and what sort of big pickup he could go for. Is there anything in mind, do you think, that he'll be thinking of first?
Could look for another Hex.
Yeah.
Could look for Ags. Can do something like a Lincoln's. He's got some options. I will say, I think he messed up with his talent choice a little bit. He went for the Refresher build, but he took the Scream damage and the Blink cooldown. So, kind of, normally if you're going the Scream damage Blink cooldown, you're buying the Ag.
You're buying the Ag,
the dagger.
Yeah.
But it's a bad dagger game, so he's playing for ult, but he didn't go the ult talent. So you'll feel that impact a little bit. Could be ulting down the wave some. I'm not sure what the XDs are about.
Just some XDs here and there.
Fair enough.
Oh. A little bit of pause. When Clap's having a good time.
We don't see.
Yeah, we don't see.
Sunstrikes. Well, that's not good.
No, that's just the new level 25.
Yeah, Sunstrikes are invisible.
I feed you to my fiends.
Oh, that's not great.
These things happen. Collapse is having a good time, at least. We are, too. It was a great game.
Yeah, we're getting up to the 60-minute mark. I don't know if it will get to the 60-minute mark.
Bro, he's heckin' dying out there. Holy Chris. I don't know. Somebody said something. I don't know if I've ever seen him laugh that hard before.
Yeah.
All right. Well, plenty of time to laugh as PVISION is stuck inside their base, so
yep.
It's a joyous time for Spirit indeed. Dropping a G in the chat. Who knows if they can see Sunstrikes now or not.
I guess we'll find out in the next Cataclysm.
Against Refresher, Sunstrike, Cataclysm is pretty important to see them. You're kind of a problem otherwise. The Roshi is up, so whenever they scout it, they can kill it.
Super close to Panther, having his Refresher. And, getting that Butterfly now online for Yatoro, so making sure he has a bit more of a balance between that burst and also just being able to be that super strong right-click late game carry.
Yeah, seeing Satanic commit for that Daedalus means, hey, buying that Butterfly, pretty safe bet.
That is true.
These item mini games between carry players.
Yep. As Roshan will be theirs. Of course, PVISION, no interest coming out of the map right now. They've got to put everything into just defending that base. Spirit. Aegis is there. Refresher Shard, who's going to take that. Yatoro, he'll hold it for now. Well, let's see how much they go for the push. Isn't that something you ever think about as a pro team? Are you looking at the timer and saying, hey, it's 58.5 minutes, let's wait for the 60-minute items, or you don't really care about them at all? You are? No, you are.
For
okay.
Sure. I mean, it's not that easy for them to actually throw in this game.
Sure. So you would say, what, get the lanes in good spot and then get those neutrals?
I think so. You can keep PVISION out of the base, and there's also a mini game around, like, okay, the enemy team is going to try to sneak out and get them. So instead of trying to push, we're going to assume they're going to try to get them, and we're going to catch them on the way out. Also, definitely a real possibility here for Spirit.
I feed you to my fiends.
They also almost have the Refresher on Warlock. I think in a lot of ways, they're going to have to take this throne with summons. So Yatoro doesn't have the BKB. So if he goes in and gets Ice Blasted, he is just going to die. So it's not actually that easy for him to just sit and hit the buildings if all of PVISION is alive.
And I mean, these sort of summons, the Serpent Wards and Golems are very strong, right? Because you only really have Satanic that can right-click and kill them very reliably. It's a bit more awkward for the other cores and supports.
Yeah, you see the lines. No one is smoking down. Honestly, a smart move from PVISION. Oh, as I say that, keep his back.
Oh, high class. Just gotta be careful. Anytime you step out at the base, Spirit might be there waiting for you. We'll see no one go with the BKB. He wants to try and burst through Rue. It's not going to be enough to kill the Shaman. Rue's fine.
Not even close. Still had the innate or facet or whatever it is still remaining. And they've got access to all the camps, and that means get those neutral items.
Oh, 9 Class has been spotted. The refresh is going to be popped here as Lyle able to drop that full combo in onto the Monkey King, and 9 Class is gone.
He got greedy.
And just a little bit of gold short the buyback. 100 gold short, so he is out for 70 seconds.
They still have the snakes, and they have 1 rock, not 2 yet, but with the Monkey King dead, looks like they are just going to finish up neutral items on Yatoro right now, so not looking to push right away. They still have some time of Monkey King being dead.
Let's see what he can take. Imagine
he got Dota2. He did not get Audacious though.
And here comes that Serpent Wall push. And he's going to take the illusion right.
We took that
because this is probably the best hero to have the Rift Shadow Prism on, right?
Yeah, the Giga Illusionist cape.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be something else that you can throw at the buildings here to try and end the game.
No, that's huge. Maybe it's even better than Dota2.
There's a tier 4. Falls, still 30 seconds without 9 Class. Satanic, he's going to put the BKB off to the side. The meatball's being dropped down onto no one. It's caught by the stun, has to step back. I mean, these Forge Spirits as well coming in with the push. The tier 4's falling. Satanic's getting caught by the bash. The Hex, he can't get anything off. He's dead. Has to buy back. Yatoro will have to jump away for now, but the Ancient's exposed. Spirit looking to close this up. PVISION, can they push them off somehow? Sonic Wave comes in. And Satanic here with the 2nd round of his life off the back of the buyback, desperately trying to hold Spirit back. They've killed Yatoro off once. That's the Aegis gone. Round 2 for him. The BKB for no one. After BKB comes to an end, he's getting caught by the shackle. Yatoro is in with a burst, blows up Ducalis. Ducalis still has his buyback available. Hex down on the DM, Hex now onto Satanic. Satanic stepping back, Boundless Strike comes out from 9 Class onto Wards, collapse, the Cataclysm comes in though. Lyle cleans up the big kills with that one, as that's going to be the 2 of them dead for good. GG is called. Spirit will close up the first game.
Man, what a game it was. Spirit, so many clutch plays. 62 minutes going the distance. These 2 teams both so high skill.
Just a little bit of sun tries to scout things out, but not before the smoke was already popped here by PVISION, ready to see if they can make this early play. What are the change-ups that you're sort of seeing jump out the most about this game too?
I mean, the Monkey King is banned. I think it's a huge difference. 9 Class is playing tiny. This is not a hero that I think of at all when I think of 9 Class.
That's true. Yeah, has he done it a lot in pro games? I'm going to get some stats up whilst you keep talking.
I don't think there's many, because this is not a signature of his, for sure. Now, they do have Ducalis on his Chen, great on that hero. No one, DK, some classics, but Spirit, they've done some cool responses. And they might even get a first blood.
That's quite a lot of damage. They get some body blocks here. Yeah, they're going to have him, and it's going to go the way of no one on the Dragon Knight.
That was just a whoopsie from Collapse. Didn't get the hoof stomp up. A little too far away, just straight up misses it. And now first blood for DK, a lane that was already hard for Laurel, going to be even harder. And we saw how last lane went. Said it before we went live, but man, if last lane went like that, Queen, how is this one going to go with Dragon Knight, as no one stuck it to him last game?
No, absolutely. One thing it's definitely going to show is whether or not, no one's just sort of got Lyle's number completely, or whether just game 1 was a game 1 sort of thing where Lyle maybe just woke up, he was sort of getting warmed up for the series. Because obviously as the game went on, Lyle certainly was warmed up, coming in with some big plays towards the end of that first game to help close things up for Spirit. But yeah, the start was rough.
Definitely. And also Yatoro Gyrocopter is always a treat because he doesn't buy the normal items, right? We see Natsumi, he goes for the Daedalus, the Ags, some standard items, whereas Yatoro, he often goes for this Pike, Manta, turning Gyrocopter into a different kind of hero than we see from other players, and it's always fun to see different looks on classic heroes.
Yeah, so having a look as well, it looks like indeed, so on the tiny 9 Class, he hasn't picked it up for the last 9 months, but back in 2024, there was sort of a period of the first half of the year where he was doing it quite frequently back when he was on Tundra. So been about nearly a year or so when he was kind of in that mode, but he did have a period where he was doing it a little bit back at the start of 24.
I forgot he was on Thunder. What a weird roster that was.
Ooh, DM!
That hit?
That was right on the edge. Very nice. I mean, it was right on the edge. But they get him. At the same time down bottom, Satanic, he's going to be able to get Collapse.
Man, we keep seeing this Kez in response to Centaur, and every time it looks so bad for the Centaur.
You just kill him.
You do. And Chen Kesla, what a ridiculously monster lane. Rue's going to try to pull some waves, and that's all they can do. Is laning straight up into this is worse than a nightmare. I don't know what's worse than a nightmare, but this is.
I'll see them bringing the Shaman over to just claim the water rune. Won't look to try and set up anything between the two of them there. No one, not going to really care too much anyway if these water runes get taken away from him. Does not really need them here as the Dragon Knight.
He does not, and look at the CS. 14-11 to 5-3. It is not going well.
No, it is not. But that, at least this time, is kind of expected, right? Because of how good the matchup is.
Yeah.
When it comes to the right clicks, comes to the CS. We'll see side lane here. And we'll get the chance to take down Panto here, caught between the towers.
Yeah, it's a bit cocky, contesting waves in between against a Tiny. We all know what that hero does. He throws you back, and Panto gets thrown back. But yeah, this mid matchup, it's a rough mid matchup, and DK with the first blood. There's only one way that was going to go, and it's bad.
See the setup here. Sunstrike. Not going to be enough here. Satanic, he's actually able to turn and maybe just threaten the bounty. Daru just gets cut up here between the two of them. You got to be careful when you try and make plays into this Kez. You know, I feel it's very easy, or at least so it seems from a lot of these teams, to just underestimate how much the Kez can do just already on these early levels at level 3 when he's got a point in all 3 abilities.
Yeah, it's a new hero. Despite the fact that it's been picked in Captain Sword pretty frequently these days, people don't have the same feel for it as they do with some more legacy heroes that have been around for years and years. And you have hundreds of games of muscle memory, maybe even thousands.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to sort of turn up and be like, oh my goodness, this hero just killed me. I know when it comes to the Kez. As, yeah, Spirit, they can't afford to feed those sort of kills away to Satanic. We've seen what Satanic can do on this Kez, and it is very, very impressive. Nice snipe there from 9 class. He did just take out the full Falcon Blade that was coming out to Yatora in that top lane.
That is huge. And PVISION has a much more well-rounded draft than last game. Last game was all about the skirmish, all about this classic PVISION weirdness. This game, they've got plenty of stun, plenty of tanky heroes that can go in. It's a much easier game for them to play, and they are stomping the lanes right now.
Oh, they are.
DM doing totally fine, and the other lanes are a disaster.
Let's see if they can do anything about 9 class. Yeah, he's going to get the avalanche off, and he's got the backup and no one coming in, so 9 class is going to continue to be able to dance around and be annoying. They can't turn to finish him off. 9 class is going to be fine for now. This is just sort of time where the Invoker's getting bullied away from the mid. They'll bring Yatora over. They need to somehow punish no one. Yatora, is he going to have enough for this? Good move from no one there to turn with the Dragon Tail to make sure that Yatora can't chase down for a second. Rocket Barrage allows him to get away, and it's just going to be sort of this TP that Yatora kind of has to make to keep his Invoker safe, but he certainly doesn't feel good having to make that move.
No, it's not ideal when he gets nothing out of it, but that is Spirit's sort of trademark way of getting back into games.
They should surely get 9 class this time.
Those neutral creeps.
Yeah, they needed that. I mean, ideally, La would have needed the last hit. Doesn't get it. Panto gets the kill. Same time, pressure's going to start coming in onto the mid tower here from PVISION. They bring the Chen over with the Dragon Form on no one, starting to get some of that early damage done. I mean, Spirit, can they do much to sort of take this off it? We'll see Rue try and grab the creep wave to slow down the push.
That's big. The catapult's going to die off that. That was a huge play from Rue. Sort of a weird one, but works very effectively, as no one would have gotten that DD, and that tower surely would have fallen. But
I mean, they're seeing if they can catch like something behind the tower.
And Laurel's game is rough, though. If you think the last game was bad, this game is...
Is it actually rougher, you would say?
It's so much worse.
Okay.
Because they have actual kill threat on in this game.
And they might find him here. It's going to get rougher, Quinn.
Yeah. He is over 1,000 gold from the Midas, and his mid tower is dead.
Yeah, that's rough. But as we did see last game, he did make the comeback.
He did.
You know, so maybe this is just sort of part of the process for Lyle's Invoker. You know, he just gets completely stomped on in the mid lane, and then just focus on the recovery. He did it first game. See if he can do it this game. As you say, though, this time round, it's certainly going to be a bit of a trickier journey towards that recovery, considering how much more the side lanes are going in PVISION's favor as well this time. 3K lead here already, just 7 minutes in.
Yeah, this feels like it's gonna need to be more of a team recovery than just a Laurel recovery. He's having a rough game. Centaur's having a rough game. Supports are low level and poor. We've got some problems for Spirit, and the Chen, he's coming up the top to open up that open up the top tier 1.
Oh, so Panto can get away from no one. He's gonna try and hide in the trees, but they saw him. They know he's in there. So it's just gonna be another kill. An easy time and space for them to push onto the top lane as well here.
And this late Timber pick is very powerful. Spirit supports quite bad against it. Centaur terrible against it.
And it feels as well, not only are the supports for Spirit weak against the Timber in particular, it feels like, you know, on these supports, can you do much to sort of stop the pressure and the push when it's coming for you down these lanes?
Not really.
See bottom. Trying for Satanic. They will have the Sunstrike. Oh, he's still alive. They will get him.
We got him first on Collapse. It's actually really big that he gets the XP from that.
So only just getting away with that. Even so, still having the death afterwards. But as you say, getting the XP. But it's sort of these moves, these trades that to only just get away with them as Spirit, it's just not good enough. They need more out of these moves to slow down ParaVision, because even with that situation where they're killing the carry, the gold leads just continue to grow for ParaVision.
Yeah, 4K at 8 minutes is nuts. That is not something you see very often.
No.
Look at no one's net worth, man. This guy's not no one, he's someone.
Yeah, he really is today. Both of his, sure, things started to fall apart down the lines later in the game. Maybe some decisions that didn't quite work out for him, but early game 1, and now coming into this game 2, he's just a step ahead.
He definitely is. This Invoker, he had a ton of impact last game in that mid game, but can he get there?
Yeah,
is the question.
And is that going to have to be the plan from Spirit? Are they sort of saying, well, boys, let's try and make this one last 60 minutes again?
It's definitely going to need to last a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever shooting for 60 minutes aside from Eternal Envy, but yeah, it's going to need to be a little bit. Centaur farming it up, Invoker farming it up. Gyrocopter can join some of these early fights, but where is he ganking? He can only respond to things because Spirit, they've got no real potential to make any aggressive plays. They're just too far down on net worth, so it's all farm and make turnaround plays for the foreseeable future.
And they're just so tanky right on ParaVision's lineup. You have already the three of them in the middle there, the DK, the Timber, and even the support Tiny, pretty beefy. And then you have a Kez who can turn up, put the parry, turn plays around, and this Chen that's likely going to get a lot of farm online as we see these Chens do, get these early auras, and mean that even if you do turn up as a gyro, drop your combo, come in with the flat cannon, it's probably not going to scare ParaVision too much.
It's a lot of beef, and Spirit's heroes, they do not do very much damage from behind. Bounty Hunter especially, a hero that thrives when ahead, when he's getting that Vessel, when he's getting to hunt you down, but this game he's so poor, he's probably not even going to buy the Vessel. It's too far away. So DK having that armlet, it's going to have a free time.
That's a hard game for Spirit. But so, to a point, was the first game at certain periods of the match, and they dealt with it. Dealing with this, is going to be a whole lot harder as the kills continue to roll in for ParaVision. No one now dominating, 10 minutes in.
Big stuff. They have blocked the Ancients, though, ParaVision, so reducing their economy a little bit. And it's been holding steady at 4K for the past couple of minutes, so not getting any worse for Spirit as is.
It's a collapse here. So Tanic's going to keep going for him. Backup's coming in, though, for Collapse, so this isn't going to be a job that Satanic can clean up on his own. Maybe with 9 class coming in from the side, though, and especially with no one turning up, they're going to be able to get the catch on Panto. Collapse will be able to run, but Panto's dead. Now ParaVision in position to take that third final tier 1 tower here, and still nice and early, 11 minutes in. And indeed, that's that fast timing there from no one. Armlet online on the mid DK, 11 minutes.
He is large and in charge. And 9 class is tiny. This is a hero that his biggest weakness is his early game. His laning, very weak. And if you have a hard time getting through the lane, then you can have issues actually contributing to the game. But getting given all these kills early and all this XP, Tiny is an incredibly powerful hero in the mid game. If you can get to that point, and he is off to a great start, gets to go for the phase boots. These nukes and these skirmishes just feels like any hero that no one in 9 class are near, They're not long for this world.
No, and definitely one of the reasons why it feels that for Spirit, I mean, at least, for the next 10 minutes, they have to just completely avoid any sort of fight. It's just going to be so hard for them to turn around any sort of play that PVISION run at them with.
Yeah, they're going to need to bait some serious overextension. One thing about aggressive moves is it's somewhat difficult to get 5 numbers on like deep in an enemy part of the map until much later in the game because the waves give too much gold and you're not rich enough to be able to sack the economy and just abuse your strength purely. And so Spirit are playing Split and PVISION playing Spit as well. It's not that easy for them to actually punish them. And PVISION also has a tendency to play a little bit slower even whenever they have these good early starts. And they're doing it here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's paid off so far. The Spirit, they're actually lessening the gold gap a little bit. You can see Laurel, he's starting to catch up. He's got the Midas online. That reduced cooldown.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It could be worse for Spirit.
I mean, and as we say, you know, last game, Lal did have a really tough time in mid, but as the minutes passed, he was able to kind of overtake. I can't remember which sort of portion of the game it was where he did catch up with no one, but maybe like about 30 or so minutes in, he was back on level with the Quap, and might be able to just do the same indeed this game against the DK if this game continues to slow down.
I can see that PVISION dewarding their Ancients now, so getting that camp up and running again, but the damage has already been done somewhat as Spirit just getting that little bit more out of the map. PVISION just not opting to keep the aggression up. Feeling like it's too risky or not worth it.
It's the Desto done. 14 minutes in. Super solid timing here for Satanic. With that, and with the Blink Dagger on no one, you can definitely expect to see the smoke starting to come out from PVISION. No one just a couple of creeps away from having that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, will definitely be huge timing. We've seen what this bird can do with a few items. Bob's actually pushed up pretty far here.
I mean, he's got back up behind him. Maybe seeing if they can bait something, but as I said, I don't think PVISION will pass up on a chance to fight if Spirit do push for this.
Yeah, they actually, I don't know if he misclicked that dust or what.
Sometimes, you know, smoke, dust, all looks the same.
Practically the same item.
Yep.
It's like throwing a glitter bomb. They're coming for Yatoro. May find him.
This is a pretty smart read, especially after they were aware that Spirit would maybe looking to set something up down bottom. Means that Yatoro is easily on his own. Step ahead there with that play, PVISION. And Spirit, they're smoking up, but without their gyro, it feels like they have no chance of making a move unless they do catch someone completely separated. And no one is a little bit far away. It's going to blink sort of past the angle that they might have been able to get the entrance. They're going to try here with the Atos setup. They'll drop down a Serpent Ward. It's not enough damage to kill him, though.
Not even close, really. Panto just couldn't get in range. He's dead now.
He is. So, again, these moves from Spirit are just getting outplayed here by PVISION each and every time. And Rue's also going to die. No one.
Does pick up. Having it on the cores, a lot of people skip it.
Yeah, that's a pretty high skill play. Does not happen around my MMR, I can tell you that. That's a support item, but no, not here. At the top, cores with the dust. Easy kill.
Easy kill indeed. 300 gold in his pocket. Never going to be too sad about that. Just onwards and upwards towards the BKB. And Ducal is, in the meantime, while his cores are making those moves, he takes up the space bottom. He farms up that mech. Working on the Greaves. Level 9 on this Chen. 2 levels above his Panto counterpart. Having a great game. And 9 class also level 9. So the supports. One of the big differences between the strengths of these teams right now.
Spirit, still as you say, making enough out of the map to ensure that the gold difference doesn't grow. Obviously having Yatoro still managing to stay up there at the level of the farm of the other 3 big cores on PVISION's side.
Are scanning.
But the gank squad, they ride again.
And they do need to be. ParaVision with this lead, they want to make sure they can get back to growing it. They do not want to give chance for Yatoro to sit back and farm. No one into the trees. We'll see who he finds. Rue's going to be caught. And of course, no one at the same time. He was trying to see if they could get a little deeper, find a core. As it is this time, Spirit able to get everyone else out. Only losing the bounty to that sweep.
Not the worst. And in the meantime, they do finish the Crimson.
They might still actually find Yatoro.
Oh, the toss back.
Yeah. Comes in over towards no one. He's got the Dragon Tail, but backup's coming in. Yatoro's able to turn with the cooldown. They've got the lockdown as well on towards the Timber. That's going to be DM dead at the start of the fight. And Team Spirit with the numbers, they might be able to try and find more. Satanic tries to fight back, but the Stampede comes in. Panto, they're going to get taken out by a tree from 9 class. Will still end up dying. A Spirit, they'll certainly take that. They keep Yatoro alive. They're able to hold the defense around this tier 2, and they get a big kill themselves, taking down DM.
That is a big turnaround. Yatoro with that almost at the top net worth, and Laurel, he was down almost 3k gold earlier. Now, shortening it to 2, he's closing in.
He's doing it again. It really just goes to show that, you know, when he's playing this Invoker with the Midas, it doesn't really matter what goes down in the mid matchup. He will recover.
That's how it looks like. They're going to try to take the Roche, but Spirit, it looks like they might be interested in contesting this.
I think there will be, especially if they can get Yatoro over to join them. He's making his way across the map, Yatoro.
We need his damage.
So who's going to make the call for where to start things? No Stampede at the moment. ParaVision starting to get a little bit scared.
Gonna get a nice D ward. Yatoro, some really good decision making from him. Runs over, scares ParaVision off, then immediately back off the farming. Not wasting any time, but also sort of halting ParaVision's movements. These micro decisions. See the gold lead continuing to get brought down as Spirit holding on and even taking some ground back.
No, they're absolutely stabilizing the game. ParaVision, for all the start that they got to this one, they've definitely got to find some sort of way to get the action going their way again. This slowdown is not going to be feeling too great from their side of things.
They're thinking about the Roche themselves, but deciding not to. They do have the big snake. Now Spirit kind of clumping up a little bit. This Roche has been very weird. I suppose they're playing for the Tormentor, so just posturing, holding that area, and it looks like ParaVision is not really quick. Spirit's just going to get it for free.
I mean, if you know the Spirit's backing off for the Tormentor, can you just go into the Roshan and take that for the trade?
It's going to swap right now is the problem.
Yeah, that's true. You're not going to have that
Are scanning.
same window to start it. So it does indeed likely mean that Spirit can take this, and indeed will have time to set up down bottom if they do want to then move over to continue to
Dire's bottom tower.
threaten the Roshan and not allow ParaVision to enter into the pit.
Get the great shard on Shadow Shaman. It's a huge one. Almost the Ags on Laurel, so the team fight, it's ramping up, almost has the max exort.
Yeah. And it's really just getting almost back to even on the gold. That early game, bit of a burst that ParaVision had, sort of similar to what they did get at the beginning of the first game. And Spirit have managed to ensure that not too much could be done with that outside of kind of taking these 3 tier 1 towers. They're losing a support here and there, but the cores are not too bad of a spot. They're kind of catching up to their counterparts.
See, looks like Yatoro's going to get the Wisdom Rune. They may get both of them. So a nice little boost for Panto, who was having a rough time in the XP department, getting him all the way up to level 10. Collapse is closing in on that blink, so Spirit will actually have the potential to make an aggressive move of their own. They'll have that catch, have that easy jump. Saw what Collapse can do last game with the blink dagger.
Yeah, it was super impressive on his plays in those last few fights. ParaVision now going to head up into the triangle area of Spirit.
Class going very deep. I'm surprised he didn't get caught there.
I mean, they're sort of pushing them back here as they try and start the Roshan at the same time, ParaVision. It's not going to be a super quick Rosh, though.
Oh, it's pretty slow, and Spirit knows about it.
And Satanic obviously will speed it up a fair bit here with the Deathstroke.
This is definitely not a free fight, though. Execution will be very important. Does 9 Class get a toss back?
Both teams are coming out with the smoke.
Oh boy.
Yatoro, he wanted to get this haste room, but 9 Class is able to stop him from getting the pickup on it, and Yatoro will get stampeded out of this. Is it going to be enough to save him? It looks like it will. As Yatoro able to get out there thanks to the stampede. The rest of Spirit's ready to swing across. They'll get caught though by a 4-man avalanche coming out from 9 Class. No one, he's in with the BKB, looking to take down Lyle. He'll bring down the Invoker. Turns towards Collapse, but Collapse with the Crimson Guard up will be too tanky for him to take down. Ends up being the 1-for-1 trade though, with all things considered, with the way that started, with PVISION getting the jump on Yatoro. Not too bad for Spirit. Sure, they lose their Invoker, but they've killed off Satanic on the Kez.
They'll take that all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yatoro getting started on, but clutch Stampede and a clutch jump onto Satanic in the meantime, realizing Yatoro's going to get away, finding that little window and seizing the opportunity to clip the bird's wings.
Oh, they really did that. Just it was so close to killing Yatoro, but the power of the Stampede proved to be a little too much that time round. They couldn't keep him controlled, despite the amount of stuns they had. Was not enough to threaten the gyro.
Kez wasn't quite there. They had the DK and the Tiny, but
yeah,
despite their early prowess, these heroes in this sort of middling phase of the game, the DPS is not quite what it used to be. With the Crimson Guard online, and items coming up from Yatoro, not the easiest to bring down. This is closing in the BKB now too. So we'll have those added tools to just full commit to these fights and dish out his DPS.
If you're PVISION in this sort of situation, right, you've got to be feeling this pressure, right? Like, what are sort of calls being made? As you surely can't help but feel, if you're in this position, that you kind of know how the story went last time round. And in this sort of elimination spot, you're going to be terrified about it happening again here in Game 2.
It does feel like their gameplay is just a little bit passive when maybe it didn't need to be. They had so many windows early. They chose to farm instead, and see if they actually get this Roche or not. They tried multiple times. Can Spirit stop it again?
I think Spirit was certainly going to give it a pretty good try here. The smoke's coming out from Spirit.
DD purged.
It's getting a bit awkward now for PVISION. How do they want to continue with this play? Spirit ready to enter in from the side. Collapses in with a jump. Gets the setup here with a Who Stomp. Now put the Stampede, look to get in position, but the BKBs are out for TM and no one. They're going to try and finish the Roche. They will manage to do so. No one finishes the Roche, gets the pickup on the Aegis. PVISION, can they get out of this? Satanic, he actually wants to get back in. Makes the jump off towards Yatoro. Comes in with a Raptor Dance. Cuts apart the gyro. Yatoro that time round trying to sort of frontline the fight. It does not work out for him. PVISION say, sure, we'll happily turn and kill you, and there's nothing that anyone else can do to save him.
That was super uncharacteristic from Yatoro, just charging up into the middle of 5 heroes as his BKB gets worn off, and no one says, yo, kill this guy. They just run him in the head, and he just dies.
We'll see again. I mean, this was a good call from PVISION and a necessary call. Despite the fact they know this sort of setup's coming in, Collapse makes this jump. They put the BKBs, and you see very quickly from Noah, he's like, we have to finish this Roshan, get the objective, and get out. And as you say, at this point, Yatoro's BKB coming to an end. Satanic and Noah are like, hang on, what are we doing running? We've got the high ground. We could turn and kill the carry. Back in action. Aegis won't last long. Noah will end up losing it. Here's the meatball on the top lane.
This seems to be a trend for PVISION. They get Aegis and then no one dies right after.
Well, at the least, because the Aegis has been lost this time, we don't have that like lovely kind of timer recording the power play. So if the next 5 minutes go really bad for PVISION, we won't at least see it on the UI.
That's true.
With the Aegis being immediately lost.
Love to see that. They fought for it for 15 minutes and now gone in the blink of an eye. Unlucky. Laurel, he's not quite on the exact same level as no one, but he is quite farmed, very happy with his status, have the Gleipnir soon, and getting back up to that scary Invoker level. These mid-game, late-game fights can be an absolute menace in the hands of a player like Laurel.
And PVISION,
Are scanning.
even though the Aegis no longer in their hands, they still are gonna be feeling like they gotta get the job done. No time to sit back. Look for the tier 2, looking for Lal, but Stampede working wonders this game to bail out core after core.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now all the way back to even. From 4K up at 8 minutes to up 0 at 27. Spirit have clawed their way back, and we've got ourselves an even ball game again.
Dire's top tower
Which,
has fallen.
as records have gone to show with the previous series and matches the PVISION have had, it doesn't tend to sort of fare too favorably for them. Well, they do find Yatoro, but Yatoro's got a lot of backup here. Hanto are ready to help out. No one's going to be forced to put the BKB. Same to be said for Yatoro. He'll put the BKB and run. And in fact, just go for the TP out with the remainder of it. Stun will catch on towards the Shaman, so Panto will not be as lucky. But again, another one of these situations where PVISION do have to bring in quite a bit, and they're only kind of getting a support hero there. They're struggling to get these cores.
Yep, in the meantime, Collapse, Laurel, they're farming those side lanes, not overcommitting to this. Just sort of a small play attempt from Yatoro
Yep.
and the subs, but doesn't go to plan, but that's okay. Lanes are in a fine state. PVISION is trying to get some ground back, but
Radiant's bottom tower.
this AC pickup from no one is huge.
Dire's middle
Gyrocopter will definitely have some damage problems for a while now, as he has not gotten to the sort of that big oomph, packing a punch Gyrocopter we've seen sometimes. With the AC, the Chen auras, and a lot of tanky heroes on PVISION, will Yatoro actually have the damage to tear through these heroes?
And so therefore, how much pressure is on PVISION to really try and push it with this AC timing? Like, do you want to see them try to sort of approach the base before this kind of wait for the next Roshan? You know, how do you sort of move forward from this spot in a game where you've just not been able to push that advantage against Spirit?
I think it's a bit tough to go for the high ground. Just forcing it straight up without an Aegis, but looking for these pickoffs.
Root, he's got his eyes on them. Finds 9 class
Ooh.
hiding in the trees.
Man, just insta-died. Holy crap, Cataclysm's a crazy spell sometimes. It's interesting to me that Laurel is buying the Shard. I don't feel like the Shard is that good. It spawns Forge Spirits on your Sunstrikes that hit. Does that really do that much? Apparently he thinks so.
Weren't bad for the push last game. Talking
My
about
good-
Lal.
Holy crap!
That was close.
And that's the AC at work. Almost solo kills a 2.4k HP hero in one stun. He would have died if it wasn't for the Stampede.
Would he have died if he was on Strength Treads?
No. I think Agitreads is higher DPS.
Is it actually, even at this point? If it was only earlier, really, how the maths works out.
I think...
When you've got this high attack speed with AC. Do the maths, Quinn.
How did I do the math?
Some simple modification, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Does Agi always remain higher DPS? Because of the attack speed?
Well, no, not always, probably, but I don't know what the cutoff point is. That's going to require quite a bit of testing. I don't have my laboratory on hand right now.
That's Spirit. They'll be able to get themselves Tormentor. Sharp for Collapse. And that is the full Daedalus coming out for Yatoro, isn't it? No, okay, just 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold away from the Demon Edge, and they'll have the Daedalus on the Gyro. Smoke time from PVISION. They really want to try and find stuff. They're not the bounty. And they won't even get that this time, maybe. Rue was quick with a blink. Okay, they'll still catch him with the Avalanche. But 9 Plus is pretty far from the rest of the team, so they might still not get him. So yeah, I think this time, they don't even get the bounty off these smoke plays. It's got to feel a bit frustrating if you're PVISION, right?
I think so.
They just are going to be feeling like they're not getting away with anything.
No, I think they can feel it slipping a little bit. Satanic went for that Deso build, not the Battle Fury we've seen from some of the other players. And his net worth is starting to suffer a little bit, below all 3 cores of Spirit.
And here's the jump. They're ready to go aggressive with the Stampede. They're going to be able to catch out the 2 supports. That's 9 Class and Dukal is dead.
The Forge Spirits. His happy little family. Laurel just wanted some friends.
It's pretty. I mean, because how long do they last? They last the same as the regular Forge Spirits, right?
No, that's
Slightly less.
45, looks like. Where the heck is duration? So many doggone numbers. Like 48, looks like.
Yeah, so it's I just want because I couldn't remember it was different when you have the shard
the
ones.
same,
It's exactly the same as a full Forge Spirit. So it's nice, yeah. Easy farm, easy lane push.
Easy clap. Laurel gonna buy a cheeky little plate mail. He needs that armor, seeing almost how close he was to dying, just to know on Collapse has this Ags.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're coming in with the TPs.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I won't lie, it feels like this game is sliding more and more into Spirit's control.
I mean, it really, I feel like it's felt that way for like easily the last 10 minutes, or maybe even more. It's PVISION got this lead in the kills. They did have this slight gold lead, but things are slowing down. Top 3 cores on the net worth now are all over the side of Spirits, and it's sort of hard to not look at this gyro and think anything other than Yatora's going to have this one in the bag. Like, you know, on this gyro, in this sort of position, in these later and later team fights as the game goes on, this gyro is going to be an absolute menace for PVISION.
Daedalus, and now the Pike completed. He'll have Alacrity too on top of that, so spraying that damage out to everyone.
It's just going to destroy PVISION in these team fights. Unless, I mean, what do you sort of have to do in terms of a play? Are you trying to jump this gyro?
I don't think you can burst him anymore. Centaur's got Ags and almost a BKB, so he can BKB and put the gyro on the cart.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, gyro in the cart is...
He's going to spray and pray.
Yeah, that is a combo and a half. It's not easy for PVISION.
No.
Spirit are really making them work here in this series. They couldn't do it in game 1, and game 2, they're going to sort of have to find some level of play that they couldn't in the first one if they want to try and push this to a game 3. Because if everything that we've seen is to go by, every reason to believe that Spirit are going to be able to continue to just force PVISION into these positions where PVISION can't really make much happen.
Satanic, he's honestly been pretty quiet this game. After some kills early, a good laning phase, I feel like I haven't even seen him on my screen for the last 15 minutes maybe.
So here we go. They're going to try now with the 5-man smoke. It really feels like this has to go well for PVISION. Otherwise, they're going to really start to crumble. They're going to try and make the jump on towards Yatora, but there's the cart. Collapse able to pick him up. Satanic's trying to get over towards the backlines, but he cannot kill them as Satanic's getting now destroyed by the damage output of this gyro. They're having to try and TP out. No one will get out just in time. Same to be said here for DM. DeCarlos, though, is going to get caught by the track. Collapse in with the Who Stomp. 3 dead on PVISION. They just can't make anything work out for them here, Quinn. Every single time, they're going for these moves, going for these plays. Last time round, at least they sort of got a support kill. This time round, they're getting nothing. They're losing the team fights. They're losing their carry. And Spirit are just making it look kind of easy again.
PVISION, they had the amazing early game, and they just... I think they just played too slow. They pumped the brakes. They said, we have the lead. We're going to take that lead, and we're going to farm with it. And
wow,
Spirit outplayed them, outfarmed them, and now up 11k gold. Almost out of thin air, it feels.
Is under attack.
And if this Roche fight goes in the way of Spirit, could strike disaster in the PVISION camp.
PVISION, even with these sort of team fight losses, it almost feels like they have to just keep throwing themselves at Spirit in the hope that it somehow ends out a little bit differently. They're sitting back and trying to hit the creeps at this point is just not going to do them any wonders. They've just got to continue to take these risks, but as we've seen so far, the risks have never been paying off.
PVISION know the Roche is alive. Huddling around that area. They're going to need to really talk about this fight carefully.
They're going to try for the jump. They get the toss back on Yatora, but Yatora's able to put the BKB. Satanic's on top of him, but again, Collapse comes in with the car. He's able to bail Gyro out of this one and actually just take him straight back over towards Satanic. As Satanic will fall, no one caught and surrounded in the river. His BKB is going to be soon coming to an end. He'll get off one final Dragon Tail on towards Yatora, but Yatora doesn't mind. He can turn, help clean up the fight once again. Spirit losing nobody and getting everything. 9 class, a dieback from him. It just feels that PVISION, they're getting so desperate right now for anything, and they're just getting nothing, Quinn.
Man, they tried this jumping gyro play before. It didn't work. They try it again. It doesn't work again. This cart from Collapse, always there at just the right time. What is the counterplay? This looks so unfair. He just is invincible as he just runs down this Kez at haste.
I mean, Satanic's like, hey, where's my ride? You know, there's nothing to help him. Meanwhile, this gyro getting picked up, driven around in sort of five-star style there from Collapse.
A Bugatti versus a Corolla.
Yeah.
Satanic, he's got a flat tire and his rear view mirror's broken.
Yeah, so a rough one here for PVISION. And just to sort of have the game go down in a similar manner to that of game one, where they had all these fantastic moments early on, but they quickly get forgotten as the game goes on, and Spirit just take full control once again.
He got the heckin' Dota2 on Gyrocopter.
Oh, the Dota2.
He's got Dota2. He's got that extra damage with Butterfly completed now. Satanic, he's not even close to MKB.
No.
This Aegis timing, I think Spirit want to end the game with this.
Yeah, they're ready to move on to the grand finals here, Spirit. And they're one fight away from getting that ticket to it. PVISION, can they somehow pull off something here a little bit different? They try again to take him down even though once, but Collapse in with the car, ready to take him in even deeper into the team fight as Collapse picks up the double. They will lose the Aegis on the gyro, but can PVISION set up any way to punish him a second time? They can't. Yatoro's got the BKB, turns towards Satanic. That's Satanic out of the fight for good. No buyback available on him. Yatoro turns towards no one also to fall. Double kill for Lal as PVISION gonna get held up towards the fountain. DM caught by the cold snap, the Hex from Panto. He'll scramble his way back to the safety at the fountain, but it's just down again, just to the two of them. Spirit, they've got everybody alive. They're on to the tier 4s. There's no buyback on Satanic, no buyback on no one. Spirit closing this game 2 up if they want to. We'll see if they respect the fact that 9 class is back in play. They don't need to, though. They can stick around. Onto the Ancient.
The card's ready.
PVISION, can they make any sort of final play here? They're going to try. They get him with the jump. Over towards Rip, but the backup comes in for Collapse. He's in with a Hoostop. On towards DM. DM's out. He'll buy back immediately. But Spirit, they're looking to end the game. Fortification comes out. Doesn't matter. GG is called. Spirit will take the series 2-0 and are moving on to the grand finals.
Man, Spirit had PVISION's number in this series. They lost the early game so hard.
Wow.
It was kind of ridiculous.